Morning, boys and girls, and all you crazy RC people out there. Welcome back to my site. You know, usually my videos start out with a lot of action and loud music and slow motion and all mixed up, and we'll get to that, don't worry about it. But thought I'd start out a little bit different this time because I had some things I wanted to show you. Now, some of you know that a few weeks ago I bought the new Rustler VXL, and it seems like a pretty standard model, not really a lot to it. It's actually a little bit smaller than a lot of the models I usually work on. Here's the Emax. As you can see, it's quite a bit smaller. Also, the Emax and some of the other trucks that I've been showing in my videos are all four-wheel drive, whether they're nitro or electric. This is a two-wheel drive. It's a rear-wheel drive, actually. So, the reason that I got this model is because when I was looking at it in the store, they made some pretty crazy claims about it on the side of the box and also the guys I was talking to, and I just decided that I wanted to find out if that was right or not. If you use a 6-cell nickel metal hydride, they're saying you can get somewhere around 35 miles per hour. If you use a 7-cell, which is 8.4 volts, they're saying you can get around 45 miles an hour. But look down here. If you use LiPo, they're saying in excess of 65 miles per hour, which is pretty incredible for a model this size. Now here's what we're talking about with the cell sizes. This is a 6-cell. Puts out 7.2 volts. Actually has 6 physical cells in it. That's the one they said will take you to 35. This is a 7-cell. Has 7 cells. You can see this one's kind of beat up. I've used it a lot. And this is 8.4 volt. This is one that they're saying will take you up to 45. Now this is a LiPo battery. LiPos are pretty interesting in that if you don't charge them right, they'll burn down your house. So you have to be pretty careful with them. This is actually 11.1 volts, and this is the type of battery that they're saying will actually take you up to those very, very high speeds. This one is a 5,000 milliamp battery, or milliamp hour battery, and what that means is that's really 5 amps, and it's a 25C. A C is 1 times the amperage that's stamped on the battery. So if you look at this, 5 times 25, that's 125 amps that this battery can put out while it's running. Now, the one thing that I did have to change on this car from stock is the gearing between the electric brushless motor and the transmission. Now, this is the original gear set. It's a 28 for the pinion gear, which is this gear, and an 83 for the spur gear, which is this gear. That goes there, that goes there, okay, inside of this little case. Now, because of the power that's going to be pushed through the engine with the 11.1 volt LiPo battery, you have to change that gearing slightly. So I had to buy 2 different gears, a spur gear and the pinion gear. And what I went with was a 32 for the pinion gear and a 76 for the spur gear. So those have already been installed, and that's really all you have to change to be able to run a LiPo battery on this car. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show you guys, and I can hear some of you screaming out there, come on, we know all this stuff, let's get to the action. So okay, let's get to the action. One of the things you have to be careful about with this car, it's so powerful and it's so short and small that the front end is really, really light. So I'm just barely touching the throttle. Okay, I want to show you. This car has so much power. I'm just going to run it holding the back wheel up. I want you to see how deformed the wheel gets just spinning it up about half throttle. So here we go. Watch the back wheel. Check that out. Okay, now this is a handheld GPS unit. There's a lot of different ones out there. This one's a Garmin. If I click on the speed, one of the things it can do is it can actually display your maximum speed, which I will reset. Once I reset that, we have all zeros. Now if I move it back and forth so it gets some movement, now notice it actually says that I went at 2.2 miles per hour was my maximum speed. So we can take advantage of that. When we hook it on the car, we can actually see when we slow down again, we can take a look at that and see how fast we went.
I cannot take this anymore. Saying everything I've said before.
Not bad.
All these words, they make no sense. I find this in ignorance. Less I hear, the less you say. You'll find that out anyway. Just like before. Everything you say to me is one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room. One step closer to the edge.
Okay, that was a pretty good run right there. So let's see what we got. Already took the pins out. Let's see. Looks like 64.8 miles per hour. So that's a good run.
Everything you say to me is one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to breathe. 'Cause I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. Everything you say to me is one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to breathe. 'Cause I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break.
Okay, that was another good run. I think I might have even gotten just a little bit faster on that run. So let's see if we can see what it says. Oh, there we go. That I can live with. And if you can't read that, it's 65.1 miles an hour. Now I could not actually get up to full speed on this car. I still had a little bit left on the joystick. Unfortunately, this parking lot, even as big as it is, if you look, there's a picture of the parking lot, and even as big as it is, I couldn't really fully get up to speed before I had to start slowing down, because this car really covers a lot of ground when it's going that fast. So once again, there's the GPS, 65.1 miles per hour. So in fact, the box is correct, and this car will do it. In fact, I have a feeling it'll get somewhere closer to 70 if you had plenty of room and plenty of time.